Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. Baz will be here in a moment. He's just gone to do something. We're already late, so we just thought we'd get the show on the road. We've just had Duncan Ferguson in our studio for the best part of 2.5 hours. Madness.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours?
Been here since half 2. 6 o'clock.
Mad. Absolutely mad. So it's Baz. I'm just double checking. So it's all over the place. Yeah, I'm here. I'm there. Sorry, I was just checking. So yeah, we had them in. He came in for 2:30. I don't think we started filming till about 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
We're having a boss just chat with him about life and him wanting to be, him being the best Duncan Ferguson he can be. And then we had a brilliant chat with him. And even when he finished, he was here for another half an hour. And I didn't want to kick him out because I didn't want to kick him out.
No.
So, absolutely amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. We spoke about his career. We spoke about coaching, stuff he does in the community. I was very tempted to just get him to introduce the live show, but there was just that much messing about and stuff. It just couldn't really be done. So
Come on.
Go on. So Gary Ward saying howdy. Stephen Kelly says, "Alright lads, hope you're both well." With Dunk being in today, I thought we'd ask you both your favourite Dunk goal against Liverpool. I'd say his first goal. For me. I remember being in the Gladys seat. I was on my own. I used to go to a lot of games on my own as a 14 and 15-year-old because I didn't have any Evertonian mates. So
That was an incredible goal, but probably his best goal for me was in the 1-1 draw. Then the ball got played into him and he turned and whacked it in at the Gladys Street end with the black and blue hoop socks on.
Yeah.
That was probably his best goal against Liverpool. Scored a good goal at Anfield, but
yeah, that was just my favourite goal. It was his first goal. It cemented them into Everton folklore, and to me, I just remember being grabbed by grown men and grown women and having and just people. That was like a night where it's sort of like the bug of being an Evertonian. I think properly I understood it a little bit more. We were all in it together, that kind of thing, and obviously we were in such a bad place at the time that it just meant so much to me. So
it was a massive win that night as well. We needed it. We were near the bottom, they were top. I think we were second bottom and they were top.
Yeah.
And or we might have even been bottom. We only had 8 points and we beat them 2-0 and it was a key goal. Big Joe's first game, of course. So.
It was great, that one, because we were just talking about footy for a few hours. He's coming in, he just wants to have a little chat about footy. Nothing, when the camera was off, he just about footy and his life at Everton and his life in general and stuff like that. And
different players, what he thought on different players,
yeah.
Even players who play for other clubs and stuff. So it was really interesting.
And the chat itself was, the interview itself was fantastic.
Some key things in there.
I think he said about 4 times, I've never told anyone this before. I've never told anyone this before. I've never told anyone this before.
It's mad. Absolutely mad. But what a great fella. And you know what? I kind of come away thinking he could be our Jurgen Klopp. I've said before, I've heard he's a very good coach and all that, but I've never seen him coach, obviously, and we've got no barometer because he's never managed, but just the
passion,
the stature of the man, the passion. I just feel as though, and he's unbelievably knowledgeable about certain things in footy, so I just come away then just thinking he could be our Klopp, so to speak, but obviously things would have to happen and different things would have to happen with that, but so
he's very, like a force of nature, isn't he?
I just think if he's the type of fella that, very much like the other fella over the park, that I imagine you'd want to play for as a player. I think, because you'd be terrified of him. I think because he's that big and he's a big lad, isn't he? In great nick. And B, just because of the passion will probably make you really want to, really want to play for him. I mean, he brought that shirt in for us, didn't he? 2000 Ped, best wishes, your big mate Dunk, which was lovely. Just brought that in.
He is our best mate now, isn't he?
Well, I mean, in our
our
minds he is, so that's great. He'd probably forget about us tomorrow. But now, to be fair, every time you see him, he's great. And he's just you know what? He's a fan.
Oh, unbelievable.
He's a fan, and that's a big thing as well, isn't it? Just wants Everton to win football matches and do well. So, absolutely fantastic. You know what? Saying to Ped, it's feast or famine sometimes in this. Whether you're getting this week has been almost a mind blow. And, you know, we've seen so many icons that you almost become blasé. But I reckon, like at the weekend when everything's calmed down, I'll be like, hang on, sat with.
I got. When it gets all edited.
No, just listen. I'm churning through. 80.
No, that's what I'm saying. When it all gets edited, then maybe we can sit back and go.
No, what I mean is when everything slows down over the weekend because there's no games, you'll be like, hang on a sec, Neville Southall, Andy Gray, Graham Sharp, Derek Manfield, Trevor, Paul Bracewell, Alan Harper.
Can I just say, you people get it first on Patreon. You get it first.
Well, the Neville Southall, the 50-minute one is you're only getting all of that. Bits out of that will be chopped up and put on YouTube, but it's exclusive, and there'll be bits of the Duncan one will just be exclusive, so we'll see.
Oh, I don't know. I think the people have to hear that.
No, that's what I'm saying, but there's bits that maybe won't. It's all about giving the patrons what they need. No, seriously, it was great. So I hope you all enjoy it. There've been loads of great comments already on the Nev stuff, the Andy Gray, the Graham Sharp bits, so just keep enjoying it because it is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
It doesn't come round all the time, either.
No, so when it does, it's it's very, very special. So you're doing the thing there.
So I can appreciate.
I'll go on to that. You're
on YouTube.
You're doing stuff, aren't you?
No, I'm just putting it out. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to like do it all at once, like because
you want to.
Yeah. No, he was incredible. He was incredible to chat to. Absolutely incredible. The passion he's got for Everton Football Club is incredible. Like he properly loves them. Properly loves us. And he was one of the things that come across was almost like he wants so much to be a manager, but he doesn't want to leave Everton either. And it's like it properly got him that. Like, what does he do?
Yeah,
what does he
proper like Quanzi for him?
Yeah, like what does he do? He's like he wants to be manager of Everton Football Club so much, but he's like, but he also said, but this is Everton Football Club. We want the very best manager at Everton Football Club. And he went, and I'm not the best. He said, I want to be the best, but how do I become the best? I'd have to leave. And he's like, I don't want to leave Everton. I love Everton. But I've left Everton before, and look what happened. Like, I don't know if that interesting, and this can stay in the circle of trust, by the way. But when he was talking about when he left and he went abroad, and it was like, I had to just get away. I wasn't playing for Everton, so it was like, I need to go somewhere.
He couldn't cope, didn't he? Couldn't cope with not being involved with Everton at first. And then after a year, he just wanted to get back into it. So, yeah, massively insightful, lovely fella, honest, open, absolutely brilliant. Ian Lyons on YouTube says, evening lads, can't wait to see the Legends interview. I was in the Gladys Street when he scored numerous goals. For me, Dunk is an absolute legend. Yourselves, of course.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mark
Ian.
Zobel.
I think he's more of a legend than us.
Yeah, he's very much.
Massively.
Mark Zobel says, he made us a promise, didn't he? But can never ever share this promise with anyone. It's just between me and you.
It involved orange twirls.
It did. He said, where I live, there's a garage.
There's a garage that sells loads of orange twirls.
Mark Zobel says, hi lads, as we're in a boring weekend of international football, should we have a bit of fun and make a form for the patrons to fill out asking random questions? Could be Everton related, or could ask questions like left or right Twix, favourite Marvel character, which patron's ped made backstory is the coolest?
Yeah, when we give people backstories.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
like
I was like,
couldn't
couldn't quite get my head around that.
People
Sorry,
like
the internet's been a bit of a muppet here, by the way.
Yeah, Mark, if you want to do that,
best Netflix show,
massively appreciate
best coffee TV show, favourite Christmas song movie. Think of a bunch of questions and can get the form together. Then next Monday we can have a bit of fun with responses. Cheers. Listen, Mark, do it. I mean, don't
Ask them, man.
don't ask us to
Don't
give
rely
you,
on
no,
us to
because
do it,
we
'cause
have
we
got
won't do
we've
it.
got a lot to get
We've got
through.
enough to do, to be
We've
fair,
got a
but-
lot to get through in the
But
next
Mark,
few
we
days.
do massively appreciate all of your work on the Man of the Match stuff and everything. It's brilliant. Keep your videos coming. Absolutely fantastic, mate. And like
Steve-
we've, you know,
Yeah.
go on.
Stephen Kelly says Duncan is the type of fella when he speaks, you listen.
You're right. And that came across to me is that as a player, I believe you would sit there and go, okay, what are you telling me to do? And you'd want to do it.
Simon says, would have loved to have seen him
I mean,
live on the show.
literally a game.
One of my, if not my favourite player in a blue shirt. You know what? I was toying with like just getting him on. I thought that if I'd asked him and he'd said no, then it would have looked a bit silly. And also, it's live, and I didn't want to put him in a situation where he, you know what I mean? It's like there's levels of things. There's levels when you do interviews with people. Like, do you know what I mean? I just thought, no, we've had a great afternoon.
It's been great.
It's been great.
Let's not ruin it.
We're going to let someone else try and win the speedboat.
They're going to win the speedboat.
Yeah.
We've had a great time. We're taking our £2.70.
But now that he's been in here and he's a lot more relaxed with us, and we were like, come in whenever you want. He's like, I might just come in. Well, then maybe next time we'll get him on for a live and just.
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you something in the circle of trust, right? This just stays in the circle of trust. This gets out anywhere, I will know.
I know what this is. I know what this is.
I will know.
I know what
it's
this is.
used. You mightn't. I will know it's used, right? He loved the Jag Mars bar.
And he dipped it in his coffee.
I don't mind that. It's the Jaffa cake dipping.
Oh,
It's the Jaffa cake.
What's the
dipping.
difference?
Jaffa cakes are, when you dip them, they go.
But you just say you don't like dippers, full stop.
But I don't, because I literally dunk all my biscuits.
Dunk is a dipper.
I dunk all my biscuits.
Dunk's a dipper.
And I've dunked a Mars bar in me tea.
Dunk's a dipper.
I know that.
He
You
also said he didn't like small people.
you could be a cop-out
But he did
because
say-
you rewrite history.
But he did say he didn't like small people as well.
He didn't say he didn't like players under. I was above his size.
Was that like trying to get on a theme park?
Yeah, it was literally the thing where it's like 54 inches and I was above it. He said, nobody said. Yeah, he didn't mind them if they were quick. I was quick.
Okay.
All good.
Okay.
All good. No, it was good. It was funny. This is what he said, and it's in the video, so it's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. But Ped asked him, what did he do to get away from football?
Yeah.
He
Nothing.
doesn't. He
Watches
just
football.
watches football.
You know what though? That's the common answer.
Hang on.
Go on.
Fat ball.
Football.
Fat ball.
Football.
Fat ball.
We've got on camera him showing one of it, well, both of it, two
Oh
scars.
my God.
You want to see one? And he went, I'll show you, lads. I'll show you. At what cost?
Yeah, you were all right.
You had his arse?
I had arse crack.
Honestly,
in
God,
vision.
is
That scar.
the scar,
Oh my
right,
God.
is right. It starts at his hip and goes down the back of his arse and into his thigh.
Sciatic
And he went,
nerve.
look at this. And he was like, Baz is like,
I'll be back in a sec.
oh, sugar, yeah. But what I found as well, what I took from it is, you'll be all right. Just
I won't,
there's one
so-
there, isn't it? It's there.
Yeah, but
What I found is
Go on.
that football is every time you've interviewed someone, you ask them what they do, they all go nothing. I just watch football. And maybe that's the dedication you need, as Dingo
I
said.
think you said dedication's what you need
If you
want
wanna
to be a record breaker.
breaker.
Roy Castle.
Roy Castle, God bless his soul.
It is.
Owen says, come on, he'd never get the job. Too many people are negative. Well, you're being negative there, Owen, aren't
Yeah,
you?
massively
Come
negative.
on, Owen. Get on the bandwagon, lad.
Just ask Owen.
Sean Dyche,
Just ask Owen, just out of interest.
yeah.
Why? And I don't know whether Owen is. I can't remember. I know we love Sean Dyche. But just ask Owen. Why would Mikel Arteta be any better? Just ask him.
I think you've just asked him.
Oh,
You're on
yeah,
mic.
yeah,
I
sorry,
mean,
yeah. Owen, I can't remember whether.
you wanna
I think,
feel-
to be honest, I think Owen doesn't want Arteta to get it. Okay. But Owen, why do you think then, in some people's eyes, would Mikel Arteta be a better choice than Duncan Ferguson? And I know what people will say, because people will go, it's because he sat next to Pep Guardiola. So what? So what? I've just sat next to Duncan Ferguson for 3.5 hours. Doesn't mean I'm going to grow 6'4" or I can head a football any better.
I told him that I thought I'd like Rafa Benitez as the manager. He didn't go down too well.
Nope.
By the way, like,
No.
I was like, oh, that's not a bad shout there. He was like, yeah, fucker, what? At what cost?
Head went out the room and I had to do some reparation.
Mark G says, hi fellas, just to settle this once and for all.
Yep.
This is a ridiculous. I mean, you need to watch them all, Mark. Who's the GOAT? Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi.
Ronaldo's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Which Ronaldo? Because I think the original Ronaldo's better than this Ronaldo.
Well, he is as a footballer.
R9.
R9 is the best. But what I'm saying is, Ronaldo, Cristiano is incredible. Still be doing what he's doing at 34 and still look like he does with dedication and hard work. He's kept himself there. But Lionel Messi's just got natural, incredible footballing ability. So that to me makes him better. And he's just scored his 52nd hat-trick.
I think Ronaldo is a product of. I think Ronaldo's a fantastic player, but I think he's a product of hard work.
Yeah.
Great health regime. Why is the internet's been? The internet's just been daft. I don't know if it's the time of day or what.
That's weird, isn't it?
Sorry, you lost us for a second there. I just had to reset. I think sometimes that does the business. We'll wait and see. I think Ronaldo is a product of hard work and determination and getting the most out of every last bit, and a lot of speed as well. When I say speed, I mean the running speed. Whereas Messi is just amazing, an amazing footballer, amazing. And that's why I think he's better. Why are you longingly looking at it?
I'm just looking at it because it's posh.
I just completely shocked by that. He walked in and he had a shirt. And I thought it was an Everton shirt, and I seen Ferguson. I think he just has loads in this. He gave us something else as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He gave us a sweatband, Duncan Ferguson.
He had it on.
He had it on. What a man.
Tony Miguel, the man.
The man with the 2 first names. The international man with 2 first names.
I thought it was like the man with 2 first names then, wasn't it? Even though the second one is an international sound.
I know, but I changed it. I
thought
it might sound a bit xenophobic.
Okay. Good evening, guys. Your thoughts on how social media
is ruining the world.
Has impacted on the attitude of fans to the club and each other. Listen, social media is a fantastic tool. Said it before. We wouldn't be where we are without it, doing this and connecting with so many amazing fans and amazing, when I say amazing fans, I mean amazing Evertonians, amazing people. So it's brilliant at doing that. You can connect with your heroes sometimes if they're on there, sometimes they'll interact.
Sylvain Distin getting involved in our Instagram
yesterday. Sylvain Distin was all over it. But there's no denying that it can have a negative impact as well, and that's through people just being abusive to each other for no reason other than wanting to call people knobheads for no reason other than they don't like what someone's saying, or you can have the jealousy impact, or you can have the impact of just wanting to sound big. So that kind of thing isn't great. And then what you have is opinions on social media, and then you'll get some like-minded people will go with one opinion, and some other like-minded people will go with the other, and then that can come together. Like, say Tom Davies, for argument's sake, people will say he's good, people will say he's crap. Someone posted a heat map kind of thing today of Tom Davies for stuff he's done, and there was loads of positive stuff, and then someone put on, but look at the way he gives the ball away, and then there's a couple, he's not good enough, and you're like, what do you mean he's not good enough? He's been brilliant. But those 2 people then started having a little bit of backbiting. So you'll get that on a bigger scale due to social media, where when it wasn't there, you'd just go to the match and watch the game.
Sorry, I just have to laugh at that. That was the big news.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So people would just go in the stadium and sit down, and then you'd get on with it, wouldn't you? And in the match, occasionally people might have a little argument in the game, whatever, but in general, you wouldn't know till you went and sat down in the ground. And I think what it's done, in my opinion, is people have carried in those prejudices into the stadium beforehand. So Tom Davies is crap because X, Y and Z say it on social media, so therefore he's crap. So when he gives the ball away, I'm going to get on his back and they're going to get on his back. Whereas years ago, you wouldn't think like that. You just go in the ground.
It's like that everywhere, though. It's like that whatever it is.
It's not just...
It's social media, it can be an amazing tool, but it also and it connects a lot of the same kind of people. But the problem is there's negatives as that as well, because there's a lot of people out there who have feelings that are unsaid or thoughts that are unsaid, and they think I can't say this thing because that makes me different from everyone else. Do you find a community? Now that can be that's led to a lot of positives. That's led to this essentially, hasn't it? That's led to this. That's led to us being able to put videos out every day, do this as our job, because there's people out there who have a chance to be a community and bandy together. But then there's also other people who are Nazis. Let's just say Nazis. But let's just say circle of trust. There's Nazis out there who've all found each other, and now we've got the rise of the right and all that kind of things. There's a lot. Now you've got like, I don't know, the different genders, but it's helped like the gay community and it's helped all kinds of things. But unfortunately, it allows negativity to rise as well. I think the thing you've got to remember about social media is just not try and be the loudest voice in the room. Just try and be the positive voice in the room. Just try and say something. And I always think the positives will outweigh the negatives in the end. So, there you go.
Yeah, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I'm getting less and less enjoyment out of Twitter, hence why, in general, I haven't been on there as much lately.
I don't really use it for enjoyment.
No, but what I would do is,
apart from those videos,
for years, I've gone on and we've built up because of this and everything else, and I've enjoyed chatting to people. But
we took the best part of it and we put it on Patreon.
Well, we have, and we've also got a bit of a WhatsApp group with certain people who we talk to. No, but who we talk to more than others.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
And stuff like that.
And Instagram.
So, and there's the Discord forum and all that, which is brilliant, and more people should get involved.
We've cherry-picked the best parts.
Basically, we have. And I've found on a personal level that not being on it anywhere near has helped me, my mental health, to be honest. Because I was jumping in or getting wound up by arguments and stuff, and now I'm not seeing them because I'm not on it.
I think what the thing I would say finally about social media is that all that stuff exists in the world.
Yeah.
When you've got social media, you're literally opening the door to it. Now it depends how you want to do things. If you don't want to open the door to all that, then stay off it. But but then there's people who go, no, that's there, so I'm going to go on and I'm going to put across my viewpoint. Like, and it's worse at the moment because we're in the run-up to an election and you're going to have a lot of different points. And it's like, you know what? If someone says something and you don't agree with them, just point out what you don't agree with them instead of calling them a knobhead.
Yeah.
And that's the same in football as well. If someone says, like, oh, I think it should be this person or I think that player should play, your response shouldn't be, you're a dickhead. It should be, no, well, I disagree because I think this player brings this to the team. And then the other person will go, well, I think this player brings things to the team. You go, okay, that's fine. But what you shouldn't do is go, you're a knobhead because you think like that.
Yeah.
You think like that. It's just like, whatever. We all think differently, of course we did. If we didn't all think differently, we'd all
everything's an opinion.
We're not hive mentality.
No, but it's just an opinion. Yeah. So I was talking to Neville Southall the other day, and he was saying, like, in regards to like even being released from clubs, like, and stuff, or different things, he went, I have no problem with someone saying to me, I'm letting you go because I don't think you're very good. I think you're crap. He said, that's just his opinion.
Professionalism.
He went, that's just his opinion. I said, and I move on. He said, but it's when people are abusive. He said the same with his Twitter thing. He does amazing stuff, handing over his Twitter handle to get messages across. And he was like, people abuse me for that at times. He said, and sometimes let it slide, and sometimes I'll challenge it. But he said, if they don't like it, just ignore it.
Yeah, don't
follow, or just block them, or just ignore, or whatever. But people,
let's have a look. Steve Kelly says, do you think he is worried of getting the job in case it didn't go well, and that would maybe be the end of it? No, honestly.
That really isn't.
That really doesn't bother him. Honestly,
no,
that really does not bother him. What he was saying is he doesn't want to leave the club. That's what he was saying, but he didn't. No, that did not come across at all. Owen Park says Southall interview was amazing. Gary Ward says I can't wait to see the dunk video. Stephen Kelly says after Howard's Way, I get the impression Dunk would have fitted in the 84-85 team.
Oh, 100%.
Owen Park says, did he mention the managers he's worked with here? Yes, he did. Not into detail. We didn't go into detail. Dave Wild says, when you say this is in the circle of trust, what happens to the people watching live on YouTube? No one's watching. If you're watching live on YouTube, it's because you're watching it through the Patreon app. No one. This is Patreon. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays are just Patreon. Only Wednesdays is YouTube, and we don't have a circle of trust on a Wednesday.
There isn't a circle of trust on.
You can't rely on YouTube. Anyone could just turn up and watch. Derek Hilton says, I would wait till hell froze over for Live at 5, as we soon get to hear from the big man himself. Big Nev now, Big Dunk. Who next? Have you figured out how to get that DVD in Southport yet? Degs. James. James Hardwick. Why isn't it just James? I don't get that.
What's his name? Is it James?
I'm just asking, is it James or is it Jammers? Jammers.
I hope you like Jammers too.
Margaret says, oh no, James said, did Dunk
just saying his name and then didn't.
Did Dunk have anything to say about the current players and how we are doing this season? He did, but it was off camera.
Well, no. Well, what we can say is he said we're disappointed. We've been very disappointed. We should be doing better. Said what he did say was the players need to take a bit more responsibility for themselves, for their own performance. Very, very much like Neville Southall the other day, to be honest with you. And stuff like that. So, you know, he's confident. There's enough. Well, you know, he's saying there's loads of games left. The league's that open that things can change, can't they? And we're in a quarter-final, so it's not been good enough, which he said quite a few times. But let's see where we go.
Margaret says, definitely is Dunk as manager over Arteta. Owen says, I don't think Arteta would do better than Dunk. I just think Arteta would get the job over Dunk. I don't want either, by the way. Massive respect for both, though. Look at you, Owen. You know. Steve Kelly says...
No, he's made a really good point. I think Arteta probably would be ahead in people's minds than Duncan, but why wouldn't...
Well, Duncan said that himself, didn't he? He did say to us that he hopes, like, at some point he'll become, like, assistant manager. Maybe not under the current regime, but maybe if someone came in from and, you know, did go... Benitez?
Do you think, like, just for us...
Imagine Mourinho. And Mourinho's like, I need someone I know at the club, Duncan Ferguson.
Do you think Marco Silva should have made him assistant manager when he lost his confidence?
I think it's difficult. Well, I don't know. I know that's interesting because he had him at the club for a year. So that's difficult. But the problem is that he clearly, I mean, you know, we've all heard Marco talk and we've heard Duncan talk. Like, we've just had Duncan in full flow and it was like, what? A foot boot? It was like, you've got to have someone that you can converse. That's what I'm saying. First of all, you've got to have someone you can converse with. And, you know, the fact that he went for a Portuguese coach that he didn't even know. So
he kind of didn't. He had him at Sporting, didn't
but
he?
You know what I mean? That speaks volumes for me. Steve Kelly says, how good could Dunk have been if injuries hadn't hindered his Everton career? That's exactly what he said. Yeah. He was like, I scored this amount of goals because I only played this amount of games. He said I was just blighted by injuries.
And what about when he was saying the amount of injections he had to take just to play?
Eight in one in his foot. Yeah.
Just to play a game.
He said the cup final, he had no right to play in the cup final. He said he had all kinds of, he had this operation. He
had a double hernia.
He said he was the guinea pig for this operation. He was the first of the kind. And he said he shouldn't have played in the cup final really, but he begged Joe to let him be involved. And he said afterwards is the thing, he had to have it all redone because it was all basically destroyed because he played too soon. Amazing. It was amazing. Steve Kelly says, also, just want to say big thanks for the content you've given us this week, being in education, listening for some of our heroes. For what we pay, we get more than what we would elsewhere for £3 a month. And you've still got Derek Mountfield,
Paul Bracewell,
Kevin Richardson, Alan Harper, and obviously Duncan Ferguson. And is there more Southall to go out? Yeah, there's a lot more Southall to go out.
No, there's part 2 for the patrons
part
of his career, and then there'll be part 3 and 4 when he comes back in the other 10 years.
Dave Wild says, great interview with the best keeper we ever had. But who do you think was the worst? First choice we've had out of Died a Drop, David Lawson, Jim McDonough,
Yeah, Jim McDonough.
Richard Wright, Paul Gerrard. Now, I never seen 3 of those players play, but I don't even know if...
Jim McDonough was all right. He was all right. Di Davis, I didn't see. I was alive, obviously, but I don't remember Di Davis being our goalie. Dave Lawson, I didn't see. Jim McDonough was in just as I was going and could remember it. He was 1980, Jim McDonough, wasn't he? He was only a small keeper though, wasn't he, Jim McDonough? Good penalty saver. But for me, out of all them, Paul Gerrard was I'd say Gerrard was worse than Richard Wright. And to be worse than Richard Wright, you've got to go some.
I think you need consistency because, I mean, Ian Turner, seen him once. Steve Simonson, seen him a couple of times.
Well, Ian Turner got in our team and then we were 2-0 up against United and dropped the ball.
Iman,
Simo.
And Gerrard, though, did the same thing, didn't he? They both dropped the ball against Man United, which led to us losing the game, in the game that we were still in.
Simonson was the 2-0. No one gone.
No, it's Paul Gerrard, I'm saying.
Gerrard and Ian Turner, yeah.
Mark says, rank social media in order of most cesspool to least cesspool, with Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Well, I'm not on Reddit. I hear that Reddit's a bit of a mixed bag, I believe, but you get some really good stuff out of Reddit. I would say I think Facebook's the worst one. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
And the reason it's terrible is because there's so many lies. And what happens with Facebook is, which is different to Twitter, is Facebook's things just seem to stay around for ages. I see things on my feed when I go on it that are from days and days before, and there's groups and it's just full of lies. I remember when Brexit happened and people were coming and going, who should I vote for? And people were like, oh, you should vote for out because these people are going to take your jobs. And you're like, that's really where you're taking advice. Now, I think Facebook's far the worst. Then Twitter, I would say. Then I don't think Instagram's bad. What I will say, what I think is bad about Instagram though is, Instagram is selling you something that is a lie. It is selling lies to you. That's the problem with Instagram. It's not like a vile place in terms of what people say. It's the pictures that are selling. When you put a picture on Instagram, you're basically living your best life, aren't you?
Yeah.
You don't come down and you got a cig in your mouth and you look awful and your makeup's all over your face.
Is it even the best life? You're living a lie, a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're living your best life. I wouldn't just put a random picture on Instagram. I go, oh, I got a picture with Duncan today. I'll put a picture on. Or me, look at this amazing meal I went for. I'll take a picture of that. Or, whatever. No one. And you see girls and they've got all the filters done and whatnot. You're selling something that is not reality to other people, and other people see that and they go, I want a bit of that. And then, these influencers and so I think it's selling a lie. YouTube's an interesting one, right? Because
you're talking about Instagram.
I mean, that's not living a lie. That's me living my best life.
I was going to say, I am now living my best life.
I mean, how much would she clean the?
I think she cleaned the studio.
She in the studio, okay. Is this your stream?
Oh
my God, never let your wife
I showed my wife last night.
I have Marvel stuff to break her up at least. Nice cat.
I'm supposed to have Marvels. No, I'm not supposed to have football stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
See stuff
yeah.
Like that.
That was us though.
Oh yeah.
YouTube. See, what's interesting about YouTube is... Yeah, I mean, that's how they spent their day. We spent it differently.
We went to out the Royal Liver building to preview that.
Excellent. Is that what they do now? They just let them in to do stuff?
They've obviously been invited to speak to someone, haven't they?
Weren't we? No, we had other stuff to do. YouTube's an interesting one because I know...
Wait till Kyle comes. He'll be crying.
Don't tell her.
Yeah. Go on.
Duncan did say that's or no.
He didn't say that's him, he said he'd bring him.
No, he'd bring him. Yeah, bring him. Say no more. YouTube's an interesting one because there is some absolutely terrible stuff on YouTube in terms of political and right wing and all that kind of thing, and other stuff. But I think you've got to find that, or you've got to be looking for it, haven't you? More than anything. Yeah. It's not going to pop up on your feed, some awful thing. You've got to go looking for it on YouTube. Whereas I think on Twitter and on a couple of other social things, they will just appear and you're I don't want to see that. But on YouTube, I think you've desperately got to go looking for it.
You'd have to search for it, wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying. You have to know what you're looking for. The old Pete Townsend excuse, isn't it, really? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Then, you know,
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Let's move on.
You've got to go looking for it, educational purposes, which is what I'm seeing from your Instagram as well. Educational.
I like to know
The anatomy of
about anatomy. I like to know the most I can about lots of things.
Clearly,
You know,
a couple of things spring to mind.
No, but I like to be, up.
Yeah. The Premier League announced there will be increased information to fans inside stadiums to explain VAR checks next month at last. That's on Stephen Kelly. But what does that mean? Has that been...
Because there was a meeting, wasn't it?
What
today?
does that mean, or what kind of increased?
Well, like when we're sitting there for 4 minutes in a Tottenham game and not knowing it was a penalty.
So what I'm saying is
so
that
they'll probably go
on the
checking
screen.
for
Well, what did he do
penalty,
at Old Trafford and Anfield? They've got those stupid little...
They might have to just announce it. Premier League. It said it Bright wasn't. Was it Bright? No. In one of the stadiums, it says it on the thing what they're doing.
What I don't understand about that is, right, if this was America, and well, in America and the MLS, they'll go, VAR check brought to you by Burger King. Get a flaming hot, tasty burger. See, that's what they do, wouldn't they?
I mean, that's good. That was good. That was good.
While having those wavy arms.
Burgers,
brought to
I
you,
mean,
VAR.
don't ruin it.
Know what I'm saying?
You've actually done it brilliant. Don't ruin it.
I'm just giving you all the variations of it. VAR brought to you by Marvel Studios, coming this summer. That kind of thing where we go, VAR check. See, if they had any brains, they would do that, wouldn't they? Like, the halftime show brought to you by Gold Platinum Cards. The only card you need to get in debt.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
Steve Kelly, look what he's just put on the group chat.
Steve's boss.
Breaking news.
Steve's boss.
We'll all be watching that.
Steve's ruthless. We will. It's on my list already.
No, it's on my list of things. Get on Instagram. Any more on YouTube? Questions on YouTube?
They're looking for a niche, aren't they?
A niche? Looking for a niche. All right.
Right.
Cal.
Cal Malik says, which diet? Low fat, high carb, or low carb, high fat? I wouldn't know. I don't diet, so.
I have no idea what any of that means.
All I know,
a balanced diet and some exercise will do the trick.
I mean, basically the most basic way to lose weight or to stay in shape is to burn off more than you put in. That's it.
But that doesn't... The thing about that is
that's literally
No, but it doesn't work for everyone, that, though, because because... No, because they can't always burn off. It's different. I mean, what if I walked...
A male bit. You'll burn 2,000 calories a day.
No, I know.
By doing nothing.
I know.
So if you eat 1,500 calories a day, you are losing weight.
I know, but I've only done like 4,000.
I know you have, I know.
And
I will have, I'll probably... Yeah, I'm just under 5,000 steps.
So a lot of, that's the problem, is that people sit down all day. It's difficult, isn't it? But if you go home and like... No, but what I'm saying is, right, you go home now, right, with your TV waiting for you.
No,
all right.
I'm going to, I won't be into
half what I'm saying is, though, people don't always get a chance. They got to rush in the morning and just throw convenient food. And what we know is... No, but what I'm saying is, what we know is that the more convenient something is to eat, the worse it is for you, unless it's fruit. Unless it's fruit, let's get that clear.
Yeah.
So for some people, they don't get a chance to prepare food. It's like if you're looking to be... Like I was talking to Han on Saturday going to the match, and she was talking about she's a vegan. And she's like, I'm not one of these vegans who like forces it down anyone. And she was like, I was like, it's the preparation time, isn't it? And it's not just it's like finding out what, and but you are right. You're right. You've just got to find that one thing that works for you.
I remember speaking to Dave Billows, it was, at Everton. He was the fitness fella and the dietitian fella, and it was like, I remember like someone asked me like the perfect diet, and he was like, what the players use is burn off more than you put in.
I know, but they're footballers, it's easy.
No, but he was saying, he said that's applied to everybody, and it makes sense.
It does make sense.
If you burn 2,000 calories a day and you eat 1,500,
but what if you've got a very...
doesn't matter about your metabolism.
No, I wasn't going to say that. A very sedentary job, right? Yeah. So you're sitting around all day, right? And you might get to work via whatever means, right?
Yeah.
And you're not burning. So therefore, if you can't burn off...
You burn off. If you lay in bed all day, you would still burn 2,000 calories.
I do now and again.
So you should know.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, though, I appreciate that.
It's monitoring your calorie intake.
I know, but that's intake. And I appreciate that as well, but the problem is that I think listen, if someone had cracked the code and it was that easy, people wouldn't be making millions off this and still making millions. It's a very hard thing. I think you've got to do, right, genuinely. You've got to find something you enjoy to burn those calories off. Now that might be 5-a-side footy, that might be going for a bike ride, that might be going for a walk with your missus, whatever it is. The principle's absolutely spot on. I'm not arguing with the principle. I'm just saying it's not...
Best thing for everyone. Because people don't know. The thing about it is, it takes discipline.
It does.
So you've got to log every...
Well, I used to do it.
I know on MyFitnessPal, we both done, we lost loads.
Right, yeah.
If you do it like that and go, well, I know that, and it's less than 2,000 calories, I'm all right. The problem is, when you eat convenience food, sometimes they're stacked with calories. So if you actually measured your calories, you'd go, I'm not losing weight because I'm eating more than I'm burning. That's what it is.
You know what? Education's a really important thing, because when I was using MyFitnessPal, I was starting to understand what is in some foods and what's in other foods. And what you find is in some foods, you get that quick hit. And there's different sugars as well. And you get sugars that like go wah, bah, 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 and give you a quick burn. And then there's other sugars that take all day to break down, and the sugars get breaking down. And some sugars get broken down at different parts of your body. Wait, is this still footy? Is this still a footy show, by the way?
No, because all of a sudden we're on diets. Right, let's move on, because I'm going in a minute. Because I've got to go in a minute. Right. I've been given 10 extra minutes because my dad's taking them. So, Mark G says, social media has its value for many of the reasons you noted, but man, it is going to be the downfall of humanity.
It is going to be the downfall of humanity. It really is. It is, unless people, weak-minded people, maybe leave it alone. But it's not just that. Listen, we've all been fooled into... You know what, right? Every single one of us, no matter who we are, have been fooled by something on it. Yeah. We were in the other day and you showed me some plane thing. You were like, oh my God, look at that. I was like, it's fake. How many memes have people gone with? There's a picture of someone on the side and a quote, and it's just like, that quote, just because you've put those two things together, we all fall for something or other on social media. Sometimes there's pictures of women who aren't women. There's always something on there, and people,
or men who aren't men.
People know that, and they use that against you, and what makes it worse is people like Facebook saying, no, you can lie all you want, we're not bothered. I know Twitter have took a stand and said we're not allowing any, from now on, we're not allowing any political messages, we're not going to take any, they've said we're not going to accept, but Facebook are like, no, just give us the money, you can lie all you want.
They don't care. Ian Lyon says, for me, lads, I'd definitely give Dunk a shot as manager because he embodies everything about our club, like the lads on Howard's Way. He does. Spot on.
The sailing programme?
LA Walkway says, what a week you two legends have had made up for you, James. Thanks very much, James.
Owen says, on Parks.
Yeah.
You're very on, Sean Dyche, love it. I said, never going to live that down.
No, he's never.
Owen says, Stefan Vessels, remember we had Marcus Hanneman as well. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Marcus Hanneman just never played, did he really?
No, not really, just didn't play.
Jammers, or Jammers, or whatever, says, Jammers is my nickname after it was my brother's first word, and it's stuck ever since.
Ah, there you go.
So is your real name James?
He just wants clarification.
It's fine, I mean, it's not like I go by my real name, is it? Which is actually Tobias. Dave Wiles.
Tobias.
No.
Oh, Tobias.
No. Oh, that's
Power.
For the common people.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Dave Wiles says, at least Paul Gerrard didn't injure himself by tipping over a sign in the goal. That says, don't say it here. Which
fell out of a loft.
At Stamford Bridge, which is the craziest thing you've seen. What is the craziest thing you've seen an Everton player do on the pitch? On the ass. Just walk, I don't know. Stop it. It's a joke. So
Arson and face him on it.
Duncan told us about the ass, didn't he? It was hilarious.
That is great, yeah. I don't know, what's the craziest thing you've seen an Everton player do?
Crazy horses. I don't know, what is the craziest thing? What would you consider crazy?
I don't know. I mean, Peter Reid doing Marwood was brilliant. That wasn't crazy.
No.
Tim Howard scoring, was that crazy?
No, because you mean it. I don't know.
Ian Turner catching the ball outside the box when Stubbs had it was a bit crazy.
Neville, Sheffield Wednesday, when he handballed it outside the box and he got sent off.
Paolo Di Canio isn't an Everton player, but catching the ball. I still don't think he scored.
I never will have that. The ball he caught, put it this way, right? No, when people go, oh, Paolo Di Canio was amazing. Think about it like this. He caught the ball. He wasn't going to
He might
score.
have brought it on his chest.
I'm never having that. He knew in his head he was getting a Nobel Peace Prize for catching it.
And a Nobel Peace Prize as well.
No, a Nobel.
No, a Nobel Peace Prize. You shouldn't make it sound like.
He's not listening.
There you go.
Mark G says, do either of you have the time or desire to watch full footy matches outside the Premier League? And if so, do you have a preference? Mate, I don't even watch full games in the Premier League. I like things like the European footy show, Goal Show, where it's all broken down for you. I love that. I don't have the attention span.
Sometimes I'll watch Bundesliga games. Sometimes I'll watch, well, no, quite often, to be honest, I watch MLS games. Basically because they're on in the night. And like, if my missus is falling asleep or whatever, I'll watch it, or I'll have it on my phone and watch the game. Go to sleep watching it.
I can't be bothered anymore.
No, but to be honest though, as I've been really poor this season, I haven't watched as much. LA Walkway James says, remember the white keeper kit that Simo wore? Yeah. It was Bosch, that. Puma one, yeah. Never had a white one in 84 that he wore against Leicester, I think it was, which was Bosch as well. Right.
Right, let's do a couple more and then we'll...
Go on, because I need to go.
Joe Max says, burn off calories, ? Download Instagram.
Build up your arms as well.
Lads, Steve Kelly says, lads, after watching Game Changers, I'm going vegan for a month, going to see how good. It is good, isn't it? Game Changers is a really interesting documentary. Interesting.
It was poo-pooed by Teddy Sash massively as well.
That's fine. You've got two sides.
Two sides of it.
I'm not saying who's right. I'm saying, know what I'm saying? It's a really good documentary. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
That's all I'm saying.
I know.
I'm not saying watch X-Men and then go to shop and get claws for your hands, am I? I'm saying it's good.
That would be interesting.
It would be. I mean, it'd be painful.
Yeah. Of course.
You understand why you can have claws? I just want to know if you
Do we understand why you can have claws? Yeah. No.
Okay.
Why can he have claws?
See, this is where people don't understand, right? Because they think
he's a wolf.
No, he's not a wolf. He's a Wolverine for a start. That's his nickname. His name's
same thing.
But it's not. Because his mutant power is he regenerates, so he can't basically be killed.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So what the army did to him is they got the hardest metal and they attached it to his skeleton.
Yeah.
And the claws are like the like the over thing of it.
Oh, okay.
The overspill. It's like basically an overspill car park.
Overspill car park.
And because he can regenerate. Because he can regenerate, when they go back, his hands go back to normal. And he basically can't be destructed.
It's amazing.
I mean, there you go.
Cal Malik says counting calories does not work. Low carb, high fat is a much better diet for humans. Carbs are sugars, and the majority of people on high carb diet, which is why the obesity epidemic is global.
Also,
Cal, I literally lost weight, and every time I do it, if I wanted to, by eating less calories than I burn, every time.
Haven't you just said something though? That you've just said. That what he's just said is like, you go diets are, you do them for a time and you lose it. And I know this, you lose it and then you go back to what you were doing. It's about finding, and I don't think anyone's ever found it or will find it unless you do exercise.
Well, listen to this then. He's lost 2 stone on a high fat diet in 6 months.
I've heard that.
But he cured his diabetes within 3 months.
I thought you were going to say, and I found the cure for the common cold.
No, cured his diabetes in 3 months of being diagnosed. Cool. Which is absolutely fantastic.
It's horses for courses. No one can...
So what was he doing? He's doing low carb.
High fat.
High fat.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
But low carb means that you can't eat pizza.
Yeah, but isn't high fat bad for you?
There's different
fats. Like your artery.
That's what I'm
saying. Good fats and bad fats.
There's different fat, but also there's something might make you lose weight. Because I've heard that about vegans. It's like, oh yeah, but vegans, like in the long run, it's not good for you because it's all the food's made of like oils and stuff. And they're like, those oils will destroy you. It's like, the only way you, like, the way I always think about it is, and I think about this, we spoke about this before, there's things on this planet were put here for a reason, right? So, the cavemen, let's say, or whatever, or Neanderthals or whatever, they would have had veg, and they would have had plants, and they probably would have had a little bit of meat as well, because they would have hunted, and they would have had it all in moderation, and they would have been running around all day, and, okay, they didn't have medicine, so they probably would have died early, and whatever. And they probably had, and they got us through a period so that we can, it was, and then you go to times when, like the medieval times, when you see it, and people don't have stuff, and they're dying in the 30s, and they've all got scurvy, or Paris in the 1800s when the water was full of shit. basically, because we all started dumping all our stuff, so no one had clean drinking water. When it's all the basic stuff, we're fine. It's when we start contaminating it. So we're contaminating our bodies when anytime we eat something that isn't just natural. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's
so we're all.
chemicals in it, yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you say, "Well, I eat this." It's like, yeah, but that's contaminated. It's like you can't have a cup of tea. If you have a cup of tea and you put milk in it, it's contaminated. The milk has been pasteurized, so therefore it's not the original. There's everything you put in your body is contaminated one way or another because most of it's not supposed to be there.
So you'd have to put good things into almost to counteract it, don't you? Really, it's the only way to.
But even good things, if you were to like kill an animal.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, what I'm saying is if you were to just kill an animal and eat it straight there, there's probably stuff in that animal that you shouldn't, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about like plants and stuff, natural stuff, which...
So let's just do these last couple and then we'll call it a day. Steve Kelly says next in the studio, bootlegger! Get the Pilsner in, baby. Derek Hulton says DVD is due the weekend. Thanks, guys. My carer organised delivery via my... That's good that you've got people looking after you, Degs, that'll do stuff for you. That
it is.
You know what? We've all got people in our lives that'll do stuff for us. I've got people in my lives who are currently getting me Disney Plus from the States.
I've got someone in my life who's taking me lads to football and
There you
I need to go.
We all need people in our lives that will do those things.
Help each other and be nice.
You've got to be prepared to ask those people as well and just say, can you do me a favour? And you know what? There'll be some time you can do them a favour. He said, got a funny story about Dye Davis. I was a ball boy in the reserve match he was playing in. And the other team got a corner and I did my job and threw the ball direct to the corner. Dye then started ripping into me and said I should have given him the ball. At half time he was told to apologise to me, which he did, and that's why I didn't pass to him. I looked at him and said I didn't think he would catch it and drop it again. And I would have to run after the ball all over again. He laughed and gave me £5 at the end of the game.
Classic.
You basically sold yourself for Dye Davis.
It's a classic story.
It's a classic story.
Right, I'm ducking out because I've got to be somewhere. So.
Yeah, well, we've done like an hour.
Yeah.
So we're
Let's
both
go.
going to go. We're both
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go.
come on.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry it was late, but you know what? I think we've got a really good excuse. We also didn't get to film the Premier League show or AOB this week because we've basically been talking to our heroes all week. So I hope you understand that. And I hope you like all the videos. So, I mean, we have got good excuses, haven't we? The footy show is being done and will be going out tonight as well, though. In fact, I'll get it out literally as soon as this show's finished. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a friend. Going down the road again.
Is it even alive if you don't sing? That's what you got to remember.
What was the show? I just want to know if you know what the show is.
No, I don't.
The Golden Girls.
Oh, Golden
Oh
Girls.
my
yeah,
God.
Golden Girls.
There you go. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back Monday, unless we get some kind of super interview with someone. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.